Hey everybody, welcome to our channel Enter Talks. We are talking about real estate and how to make deals. Today we are going to talk about 5 mistakes people do when they buy real estate. First mistake they do, not doing their homework. They do not do research. They just decided I would like to live in a special neighborhood. They do not see the future. When people buy in a new neighborhood, I do imagination. I close my eyes and I say, what will be with this neighborhood in 50 years? If I understand in 50 years this neighborhood may be a ghetto, I'm not buying. I like bad neighborhoods today because people in the bad neighborhoods cannot afford to stay there anymore. And I buy in that bad neighborhoods properties, and in 3-5 years they're becoming better. I look for the potential of the neighborhood. So before you buy the property, you need to see potential. You need to go and do research. There are a lot of good government and non-government resources. If you need to read news, business news, and see what is the strategy for the area, for the neighborhood before you buy houses. A lot of people buying today houses in a neighborhood where the largest semiconductor manufacturer. That's sometimes not good for your health. For somebody is okay, for somebody is not good. And there is another area in Sacramento which is going to be the largest, the biggest development, the biggest city which they are building, and only they are buying educated and smart people. And other people, they do not do research. They do what is trendy to buy in this neighborhood, and they buy. They do not understand the consequences of what they're buying. Also, the next mistake when people do, they choose to work with an agent. They decide that they want to work with their agent. Sometimes good agent, sometimes wrong agent. I think it's a mistake to work with an agent when you want to buy a house. You need to find a property yourself. Once you find a property, then you will decide, do you need an agent, or you will use an agent who is already representing the seller. So this is called dual agency. Sometimes that the agent who sells can help you more than the agent whom you are hiring. I'm not talking against agents, but I'm talking to you that in California, you can buy a house without agent. You do not need agent because all the work is done by title company, not by the agent. So you can do the business without agents. Third one, buying in the wrong neighborhood. If you overlook location, because such neighborhood which everybody wants to move, like there is a trend, everybody goes to this neighborhood. They say there is a low crime, there is a good school there, and they do not pay attention to the future development. If the neighborhood is developed, this is the process of development. There will be a time when it will be end of the development. And the question, does this neighborhood has any other potentials? Or once they built, it will be like a city with no potential of development. So when you buy, you need to make decision yourself if you want to live in this neighborhood. I usually close my eyes and look what will happen with this neighborhood within next 50 years. If you can imagine this neighborhood will be very successful, buy it. If you think that it can be a ghetto, don't buy it. Fourth thing, people are failing to negotiate. They think that the price they get, this is the best price, and there are a lot of competitors who can buy the property, and I cannot negotiate. I was in a situation, I was buying a property, and he'll say, don't negotiate, we can lose a deal, you can lose a deal. So sometimes when you like the property, you're afraid that you can lose a deal, and you can overpay. Never afraid to offer lower price. If the seller says no, you can go back and say, look, what about this price? We can do this price. You always have a chance to negotiate. In life, you get not what you deserve. You get what you negotiate. That's a phrase you need to remember. In life, you get not what you deserve. You get what you negotiate. So always negotiate. And the fifth, skipping inspections. wow, the seller wants to sell. A lot of motivated sellers, I will skip inspections. Not conducting a detailed inspection can cost you a lot of money. I've seen situations people purchase a house and they didn't do inspections, or they didn't read inspections, and they ended up losing. One house was a lot of money. I don't want to tell the number. It's very huge money on a very expensive house. So always conduct inspections. And in the next video, I will talk about all types of inspections. There are almost 30 inspections you can do. Once you get in a contract, sign agreement, and you will do inspections, you can, not always, but in many cases, in many situations, you can deduct the price. Thanks for watching our channel Enter Talks. We talk about real estate. Please subscribe and we will be happy to see you in the next videos.